What's up, Trader's Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option, and this is your look at the week ahead. Today, I'm going to give you the levels that we're looking at in the S&P and the Qs, talk a little bit about market dynamics. We're going to look at treasuries and what's going on with bonds, and of course, I'm going to give you my 5 stocks to watch. So, with that, let's dig in. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you had a lovely Father's Day. I am here recording this, and we're looking at the S&P 500. And let's just start with where we're at right now. And it's been a really nice run. Now, this is something Andrew pointed out to me, and I thought this was shocking. The S&P 500 has not had a 2% move in over 330 days and counting. That is crazy. And yet we continue to rush to all-time highs, just off the all-time high on Friday. At the rate we're going, 5,500 could completely happen this week. Triple Q, even crazier, even higher, closed at a new all-time high at 480. 500 looks like it's coming. I'll tell you why it wouldn't, but it does look like it's coming. Now, that doesn't mean everything's rosy, because I want you to look at RSP. This is the equal-weighted S&P 500, and it was down on the week. Another one that's down on the week, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So while the big broad indexes that everyone talks about are up, it's been extremely narrow. It's really been 5 stocks, maybe 4. Apple, NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft, and then a rotation of Amazon and Meta and Tesla kind of providing some of this. And that, my friends, is really interesting and should make you a little bit nervous. Next, let's look at the bond market. The bond market appears to have broken out. This is TLT. It closed at 94.67. Why? Why are bonds breaking out? Is it because rates are going to go lower? Maybe not. It could be because of this, FEZ. This is the ETF that covers the Eurostoxx 50, and it got absolutely obliterated during the week of the 14th. Just obliterated. Why? France is a mess. France is the second biggest economy in the EU. They've got political problems and they got debt problems. And this is something that the U.S. can ignore for a little bit, but eventually cannot. If FEZ starts to really drop, friends, that is what could cause us to sell off. I've been looking for a sell-off because of interest rates, but it's entirely possible U.S. Treasuries rally because people are so worried about what's going on in Europe and equities pull back. That is on the cards. All right, lastly, let's look at my 5 stocks to watch. We'll start with Apple. Blew the doors off on Tuesday and Wednesday. Was up on Thursday, but looked like it was softening up. Apple looks like it's probably heading a little lower. NVIDIA continues just stretch and stretch and stretch. It has not been over the 21-day moving average this much ever. So this is another one. I think there's going to be a potential little snapback. Doesn't mean it's going to tank, but there may be a little snapback. Up next on my list is good old Microsoft. Another one that appeared to be kind of having problems, but is now breaking out. Microsoft, of the 3, looks the strongest. If money could flow out of Apple and out of NVIDIA and into Microsoft. Next, let's look at some oil names. I'm looking at XOM. It has completely died, and it looks like it's holding this 200-day moving average by a thread. If it breaks, we could see it drop all the way down to 100, maybe even as low as $95. It gets there. I'm going to buy with both hands. Lastly, I want to look at Robinhood. This is a name I really like. It looks really strong, except for the last 3 days. Probably coming down to catch that 21. If it catches the 21, that's the time to go long and jump in. It looks incredibly strong. All right, let's wrap it up with the VIX. The VIX, despite the market basically being completely inside and the Qs being up, was up on Friday into a weekend. Pretty unusual. Why the Euro stocks? If the VIX is going to blow up, it's going to be because of Euro stocks. V stocks, which is the VIX of Europe, it's darn near 20. So there is a lot of power that spread is so wide. Either VIX has to rally or VSTOXX has to drop. VSTOXX probably isn't dropping anytime next week, so we could see the VIX continue to rally. All right, folks, this Thursday I have a special presentation that you're not going to want to miss. I'm going to explain cash zones, and I'm going to explain how I use statistics to decide when to double down on a trade. I'm going to send an email out about that as well, but you don't want to miss it. It's this Thursday. You can register right in this email. If you're watching me on YouTube, like and subscribe. Leave a comment, leave a question. I will answer it. All right, folks, I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. Have a good one, and I hope you're having a wonderful Father's Day.